Hello viewers, and welcome back once again to our Let's Play of Ancient Space. I'm your host, PPG, and well, it's been, it hasn't been that long since we last played this, unlike the previous bit of time. So, either way, I mean, in my time here, I actually played this mission once before, and I failed it mostly because of the deadline for 5 of these ships, so we're going to try something new here, and with our current group of ships, here's what we're going to do. So we have one rover, we have one of those javelin things, and I think we also have some invaders, which are critical to my plan. Mostly given the fact that, yeah, we're supposed to protect this blob and do some other stuff here. And the idea here is that we really want to keep these cargo ships alive, but at the start here it's kind of difficult just given what we have, because we have nothing to go up against those man-o-wars. So, oh, that's right, I haven't shown you guys the little sub-abilities that we have here, but yeah, these Patriots, they have that destruction field. We got a new capital ship, the mining ship from before. It can apparently secure stations, and the other thing is that it has some sort of a force field lens, so it can protect other ships. Either way, I mean, the game plan is that the Catriano will meet up with the other ships later on, and quite literally what I just want the other ships to do is to just turbo it to the other side of the map, and to really just support the convoy going through here, because I think they give you eight of these like cargo ships and in general things that you had to get through the gate. But the thing is that, yeah, the Men-O-Wars thing, they keep on respawning here, is my point. And with that said, I mean, they're quite deadly, so yeah, they're pretty good at destroying those cargo ships in general. And with that said, we definitely want to stop them from doing that. But the thing is that the rovers can take a ton of damage, so just given the fact that these Man-O-Wars either can't hit them, or they just don't do a ton of damage to them for some reason. Either way, our game plan is to just divert damage like that, and hope that the rest of the fleet here can get there in time. Inside these missions, I'm not going to focus too much onto the miscellaneous items, just given the fact that they're pretty difficult to get done. So yeah, hopefully these turrets over here will hold is another thing, because if they don't, then yeah, same thing. Let's get some rovers produced over here. At least we can rotate our forces here pretty fast, so at least that's, yeah, that's the good thing. And would you look at that, the turret even provides some support from all the way back there, which is quite nice. And all of these, the only thing that the other ships over here have to do is just keep the medium-sized ships and things out of the way. So there, this convoy should just turbo it through. And once they do that, they should be home free. Oh, and the other thing is that, yeah, it turns out that these power locations, they do indeed, for, you know, practically every time, they'll most likely, I should say, give off some replicant capacity. So we'll try to cap out those, and we'll try to make those last. I'm gonna put down a force field mostly because I need to keep this rover alive, and putting that down gives, or you know, buys us a few moments, which is actually pretty valuable inside this situation. And all the rest is just getting the main fleet here around, dropping some projectiles, some of those rocket pods from the invaders onto that Man-O-War. And once the Ulysses 2 and the big ships come in here, those problems are going to just melt away practically. Oh, and the other thing, we should probably grab these rover engineer bots. We'll assign them to a hotkey. And force fields up. Oddly enough, I mean, the force field coming from Ulysses can indeed, like force field, or you know, encapsulate. That's, I think, the correct word. The T cells, or whatever they call them, the battery packs, really. But for whatever reason, yeah, the ability can't, or not the ability, the officer ability can't for whatever reason. So it's kind of, yeah, it's really weird like that. So, I mean, the cavalry has returned, or arrived rather. So they should be able to make fast work of those things. Over here, I'd want to... I'm gonna assign some hotkeys here so now I can bounce between these ships really easily. But I want our rover team to, yeah, first and foremost heal up some of these ships just bounding about. And I want them to also explore whatever artifacts that they can find in the immediate vicinity. Oh, and the other thing is that I want them to put down a turret network, because those turrets are, like, so cheap compared to what they're worth. So try to do that. Back here, I think you still need to protect the area, just slightly though, so it's not too bad. In that case, I'm just going to build these turrets, which will also help us out by a large margin. And would you look at that, that is another man of war in flames. So that's quite nice. Grab a turret spot, and let's put down another gun. This is a javelin, so we can't exactly put down another turret with it. Grab this thing. And now that we have like the pack of ships here, now these things start to melt real fast. So there, grab another spot, put down another gun. And currently, we have a bit of a break, so we can afford to put down a few turrets and such. Let's get the Olympus to go through. Let's actually get the Olympus to go through first into the next gate. There we go. Oh, this is a rover. Let's get that to heal the last ship then.
Commander, there is an incoming distress call bearing a Science Council signature.
Mayday, mayday. This is Professor K. Briso. My ship has been damaged. There's a marathon in this vicinity. Repeat, this is Professor Briso.
Rousseau? Out here? We should help him.
Secondary objective: locate and rescue Professor Rousseau.
Alright, and we'll work on that objective shortly.
Corsair can strike.
And there we go. Get the Corsair, and we'll get the rest of the stuff to jump through the gate. And I guess now this, this convoy operation is going quite smoothly, so at least that's pretty good. And we'll get the cells through the gate. Pop to Sector 4 real fast, build another turret. And we'll do one more. And in Sector 3, the fight should, it should be just beginning now that these guys have just arrived once more. So, one stint of the trip is complete. Have to go through one more. It'd be nice if these Mana Wars actually give us enough time to, say, pluck down a few turrets here. That would be really, really nice. Let's actually get the current bundle of ships to just hover where they are. Some healing down on the field. And once the turrets finish, I think where I hope that the Mana War would just transfer its fire onto one of them. That would be really, really nice. There we go. So that's 2 artillery guns. We'll get them through. And the artillery guns have also a barely. They can do AoE area bombardment, apparently. The good thing about them is that, wow, they actually rip up those Mana Wars, and they're expected to last for some time. I mean, obviously not too much, but that would be nice. So, there we go. And over here, we actually need a Corsair for one of those mission objectives. You know what? I'm going to send the battleship to the back, and I'm going to send the Ulysses to the front. We actually need this Corsair to complete that bonus objective. Quite literally, all we have to do is just board one of the vessels over there, so it's not that hard. Now, over here, though... really need to maintain these cargo ships, though. There we go. Oh. Hey, would you look at that? We actually have multiple production queues. That ain't bad as well. And I think the Olympus here is actually now needed at the front, so we'll send that up. This thing just needs to board that, and then afterwards that should give us a few free ships actually as well. So it's quite useful, but it's not exactly optimal. And what's going on over here? Healing is going good. How many of these things do we have currently? We have 6, and we need 5 of these cargo ships to make it to the mission. So we still have a bit of a margin that we can play towards, but definitely it'd be, of course, much better if we didn't lose them. So there we go, one more thing down. Let's target that artillery thing, try to take that thing down as well. I'm gonna use this ability so that all of our ships get this AoE healing type of thing. I guess it's more or less just a sector-wide type of thing. And that should make up for the fact that I plan on keeping these javelins near the convoys to deal with the medium targets. And I don't want to spend, or I don't want to put too many of our rovers up here in the front.
Thank you for the pickup. Didn't expect to be attacked by a mythical spaceship out here.
We had our first confirmed sighting last week. Hello, Professor.
Embark? Is that you?
Yes, Professor. I got the Council to listen. They assigned me an expedition funded by the PRC. We're investigating the expansion of the Black Zone.
I'm convinced the Belethans are behind it. Every new spatial tear corresponds with a sighting. Happy to tag along and help.
Welcome to the shindig, Professor.
And there we go. Huh. Oh, that's right, we still had a few guys over here. Oh, one thing I was wondering about was whether or not there were any, whether or not there were going to be any of the ships coming from the back there, but I guess since nothing is coming out of there, we can probably get these people to move forwards just by a bit. So at least that's that. And that's now once we have finished that artillery piece, everything should be smooth going. Or at least for the most part. How's Sector 4 looking? Sector 4 looks pretty good. And, oh, would you look at that? Sector 4 is actually a, it's a bit of a, you know, fork junction there. So I'm going to see what I can do about there. There's an easy way to deal with one of these man-o'-wars. And I can only do this once through some amount of time. But I think what we really need to do is that we'll get these chargers and the building destroyers to go after, yeah, one of those things. And let's get the stream of rovers over here to just do a quick, you know, rally mission to capture everything else. So there, we'll get those things through. We get the reinforcements coming from the back, which are yeah, pretty well needed at that, to come over here to deal with the medium targets. And the Patriots are actually really good at that, but I don't know if it's honestly worth buying. And no, I think I'll put a healing station here, small turret right there. How are we going over here? And I think we'll buy one more Corsair.
Items discovered.
Would you look at that? The turrets are actually doing quite the considerable amount of damage here, keeping pace and all.
Target unacceptable.
Right, so there we go.
Corsair
At least this stretch of targets are gone. Hopefully the rovers will reach this last one in time. Ooh, that's gonna be close. Now it's a battle between whether or not they can keep it alive. No, there we go. So I guess we're down to five of those cargo ships. So we need the entirety of this pack to stay alive, and then it should be home free. But luckily on this side of the gate, yeah, we should have turrets and all built, which is quite nice. And ooh, I think something came at them though. That repair station had some damage on it, but luckily as soon as they pop in through here, they'll get some reinforcement, which is nice. And I think I'm going to use this ability just here, just because really. You guys need a quick refresher, so we'll get them healed up, and we still have 2 out of force fields and damage abilities left. So we have quite the margin on officer abilities for this last stretch, which is nice.
Station lost.
Oh, and where are we losing stations? Ah, that's why. Another one of those man o' wars. Well, in that case, we're not going to follow it. We're going to let that man o' war come through us. And in doing so, it's going to have to run through the rest of the stations back there. And in the meantime, these javelin things can just snipe it from far. It's not going to do, say, a ton of damage, but it's going to do... oh, actually, that one's going to go from a close. But that should do some damage to it. Enough to keep pace. And if it manages to venture too close, then we focus fire it. And that should hurt.
Mission essential object is taking heavy damage.
And there we go. So that thing's gone. Pop into this sector, see where they're coming from. And we'll get these guys to assist from over here. There we go. He's popped the shield. Some healing on that damaged cargo. There we go. And how's the rest of the convoy going? Perfect. That is just going to slip right through. Don't know why this rover is over here, but okay. Yeah, I don't see anything we can cap with it either, so we'll send it through, we'll send this through. And the battle now goes into Sector 4. And this is the last stretch of the convoy mission, so that's, yeah, it's not too bad. Let's get one of these rovers to come over here, grab that. Let's get the other one if we have one. 2. No, we already have one thing going there. I thought I saw, there we go, another one of those things, so I'll send 2 over there. And there. So yeah, that's not too bad. Now that we have this stretch of the journey, if you will, practically surrounded by turrets, things should be pretty easy going, or at least I hope them to be. And there, would you look at that? That's 2 discoveries. And what do we have coming up here? We have, yeah, slight bend in the road. Have some man-o-war threats, though. Artillery guns kind of doing some damage. Man-o-war's taking it down, though, which is rather unfortunate. But that's that. And let's see. Ooh. Let's grab one of our rovers. Heal up that last one by a bit.